is over. I have a dream job at this moment, but it's also highly precarious, so we'll see. I still have stress dreams about these jobs where I have to go cover a shift because I forgot to quit like 6 years ago. And until now, they just forgotten to schedule me for another shift. And I have to go in and do it. It's very stressful for me. And I don't know why in the dreams I don't just like say no. Like I have a new job that I'm doing now. I'm not going to do it. Sorry. But I always go in and get stressed out in the dream. I was terrible at sales, but it was a better job than anything else I could get, so I just stuck with it as it got more and more demeaning and more clear that I couldn't hack it. And that's a very demoralizing feeling, to feel trapped in an endless series of failed, shitty jobs. Shitty jobs that anyone should be able to do, but I can't. After that, I lucked my way into a couple of decent jobs that I don't want to cover in this series. I'll always be afraid of having to go back. I'll never really feel comfortable, like I'm more than another couple months away from scouring every retail store and fast food joint in the area to find work. I hesitate to use the word trauma to describe my experience in shitty jobs, but they have taken from me a sense of stability and safety, maybe forever. They've made me afraid of losing more of my life to an endless, miserable grind that keeps you underwater financially at all times. I always feel like my escape from that lifestyle is temporary. Like I'm deluding myself into thinking it won't all come crashing, slamming me back into the world of my dreams are far beyond my grasp. The only thing I have to look forward to is my next day off. And like, that shouldn't be that way, don't you think? Like, don't you think like everybody should be able to work for a living with dignity and in comfort? Don't you think that everybody should feel like they can spend their lives that are beneficial to themselves and their communities and doing things they nominally enjoy doing a little bit? Maybe the economy shouldn't be dependent on an enormous underclass of terminally exploited workers kept below the poverty line spending their lives in pointless drudgery. Something to think about. Anywho, hello and welcome to the Eyeball Zone. Here in the Eyeball Zone, we enforce the will of Lord Oculon, the visionary, by putting eyeballs on small leftist projects. No transition this week, because I bummed myself out too much. Whenever I talk about a shitty job I had, weird bootlickers come out of the woodwork to tell me how I should just suck it up and accept having shitty jobs cheerfully. And nobody embodies this dog shit attitude more than Mike Rowe, the multimillionaire who lectures working people on how they ought to just endure whatever horrible job is imposed on them. That's why I got a lot of satisfaction out of watching small YouTuber Corporate Aesthetic take apart his whole grift bit by bit. I don't use this term lightly, but Mike Rowe was destroyed with facts and logic. I thought I knew how bad Rowe was from the amazing episodes of Citations Needed about him, but he's so much worse and so much griftier than I thought. Seriously, watch this video and tell me you don't want to slap Mike Rowe in his smug little face. Try to do it, you can't. I don't believe you. Do you have a small project you'd like to abandon to the mercy of the eyeballs? Send me no more than one email at thoughtslimeditor@gmail.com with the word eyeballs somewhere in the subject line and pertinent details like your pronouns, and perhaps you will find yourself trapped here in the eyeball zone. Thanks for watching a video about some shitty jobs I had. If you like to press the like button, if you really like it and you like what I do here and you want to see more of it, you can hit that subscribe button. You have the power to do it. Don't let them take that away from you. Give me some money if you want. Patreon.com/thoughtslime. That's where I go to get the money. Strong pitch. Good work. You can also find more of my videos over at youtube.com/scaredycatstv and the occasional video game upload at youtube.com/megaslimeentertainmentzone. I also stream here on YouTube and Twitch.
All right, people, are you ready for it? I'm about to show you a short clip of a normal man, okay? A normal man, not even a conservative, not a crazy Nazi or whatever, just a normal guy, a disaffected liberal whose concerns with the Democratic Party have led him to temporarily align more with conservative media, but is otherwise a well-rationed individual. Let me get his perspective on life itself.
Joe Biden wins, they'll take over all our cultural institutions, they'll put psychotic and insane definitions in our dictionary, and they will take over, and regular Americans will say, please, for the love of God, just leave me alone. And they never will. They'll never stop coming. They will take your job away. They will come for your parents. You will do something wrong, they'll fire your mom. They'll come to your house with fireworks and guns, and Americans will still just say, please, just leave me alone. And that's how it is. Even in the Revolutionary War, most people, the largest majority of people, were non-initiated. There was a small faction saying no revolution, there was a larger faction saying revolution, and the people said, please just leave me alone. So long, with these psychotic culture. So where are you to stand up and tell your boss and he says, I'm going to put out this grand that panders to these woke lunatics. Where are you to say, if you do that, I quit? They say, fine, quit. Okay, I will. Nowhere to be found. Completely right. But at least I quit my job. When I worked for Disney and they said, lie to the public, I said, fuck you.
I'm gonna lie to the public on my own. Sorry.
And I told them, cut my contract off. And they said, no. Welcome to the golden handcuffs, Tim. You got one more year under lock and key. And then I said, okay, well, I'm not going to do what you want. And then finally it came to August and I said, bye-bye, I'm going to go do my own thing. And guess what? It worked. So where the fuck is everybody?
Okay, so did we all appreciate this incredibly sane monologue from a not completely fucking unhinged man? If this is grifting, it's very passionate grifting. This isn't normal grifting. There's a greater degree of, yeah, unhinged, poorly adjusted passion here. So the first thing that I'd like to say is, I guess while analyzing this segment here, is that, and you know this, by the way, if you watch any Tim Pool, is that all he ever talks about is cancel culture. And then he leads this into civil war. That's like the entire thrust. He doesn't talk about policy. Tim Pool doesn't talk about policy. He talks about the woke left coming after you and starting a civil war. That's it. That's it. That's the whole... He has 3 channels, and that's every episode he does. It's like Mad Libs. You switch out the nouns. Now, remember how in the past I've made jokes about how conservatives are all unhinged Alex Jones wannabes? You know? Like, they're all doing their best Alex Jones impressions, like, if you let transgender women into the women's bathroom, that is the beginning of the end of the white man. They are going to come for you. They are going to come for me. They are going to come for your children. They are going to fuck your children. They are going to fuck your mom. Your mom is going to like being fucked by them. They are going to fuck your mom, and she's going to look at you and say, you're not my son, because I am so into getting fucked by Antifa. Like, that's every conservative... If my face is red, you have to understand that took a lot of power and force on my part. There we go. It was worth it for the bit. You have to understand... Now, apart from my incredible delivery there, was there really that much of a difference between what I just did and what Tim Pool just did? Like, really? I mean, I adopted a different affectation, but was there any real difference? Not really. It's the same. He's a fucking lunatic. I don't know if it's sincere or not. I don't care if it's sincere or not. Tim Pool is the largest online political figure. His channels, 110 million views per month. 110. That's higher than Steven Crowder and The Blaze combined. He is massive. And all of his content, I've watched Tim Pool, you know, on my own. All of it is really laughably stupid. It's not like he hasn't hit like a golden egg here through intellect. A lot of it is just he fearmongers like crazy. And because conservatives tend to not be that bright, he gets to pull off this disaffected liberal thing when all of his political beliefs are conservative. And he lies about everything. But